Today's lesson is about World War II, SOL 7, and this is Unit 6. World War II contains a lot of things that may be hard to see or really understand. This covers a very difficult time in human history. Part 1. We are going to look at the causes and the events that led to the American involvement in the war. Let's set the stage. Following World War I, America essentially has all of the money and all the goods. Then, when the stock market crashed in 1929, this steamrolled into a worldwide depression. Across the ocean in Europe, many of the countries were facing political instability, meaning they were weak or fragile, and economic devastation. They were also experiencing the Great Depression. Many European countries owed money that they could not pay up. Heading further east, over in Russia, also known as the Soviet Union, many of the people in Russia relied on the U.S. aid for food supplies. Heading further east, Japan, China, and other nations throughout Asia were experiencing a lack of resources and famine. Of all those nations and continents, Germany was hit the worst because of the World War I and the response to the Treaty of Versailles. Germany owed lots of money to other countries, and many other nations wanted Germany to pay those war debts back. This led to extremely high inflation and massive unemployment in Germany. An example of inflation in Germany is shown in this infographic. Beginning in 1918, about one loaf of bread cost around 0.63 marks. As you can see, it quickly increases and increases, reaching a point in November of 1923 where it was nearly impossible to be able to purchase a loaf of bread. As a result of the inflation and massive unemployment and the Treaty of Versailles, many individuals in Germany rose to power. Germans grew more and more resentful of the treaty, and they felt it was too harsh and punishing. A man by the name of Adolf Hitler rises to power and promises revenge and an end to the terms of the treaty. As we begin speaking of Adolf Hitler, it is important for us to discuss the term fascism. Fascism essentially is a political philosophy in which total power is given to a dictator and individual freedoms are denied by that dictator. Nationalism and often racism are emphasized and promoted. There were three main parties in the Axis powers. In this alliance, for Germany, there was Adolf Hitler, Italy, led by Benito Mussolini, and Japan, who was led by Hideki Tojo. All three of these nations had fascist political systems. In Germany, Adolf Hitler led the National Socialist Party, also known as the Nazi Party. In Italy, Benito Mussolini, he empowered the angry Italians who thought they should have benefited more from the Treaty of Versailles. Many Italians supported Mussolini because he promised a better economy, better public works, and he promised to lower unemployment. Far over in Japan, Hideki Tojo was the war minister. He was moved to a prime minister by the emperor, and he took command of Japanese military and assumed the role of dictator. He also began a military buildup, or militarism, with several attacks on China and other nations, with a dream of controlling the Pacific. Imperialism. On the other side, we have several leaders for the Allied powers, including Franklin Roosevelt and Harry Truman for the United States. Franklin Roosevelt served as president until 1945, when Harry Truman assumed office. Representing Great Britain was Winston Churchill, and then representing the Soviet Union, also known as the USSR, was Joseph Stalin. It's important to note that Joseph Stalin was kind of an oddball in this group, whereas he was a dictator in the Soviet Union and had taken control and power. In the United States, it's important for us to know why we did not join the conflict from the beginning. Following World War I, the U.S. refused to join the League of Nations because they wanted to go back to that isolationism that we had experienced prior to World War I and prior to the Spanish American War. And the Great Depression made that thought stronger. Many Americans were more concerned about what was happening in the United States than what was going on overseas. Eventually, once Great Britain was being threatened by Germany, the United States started the Lend-Lease Act. And this was an agreement between the United States and Great Britain where the U.S. would lend economic aid and supplies to Britain. In return, the U.S. would lease or rent bases in the Caribbean and Bermuda. This eventually drew the United States into direct involvement in the war, leading to Japan also becoming more aggressive and more industries. And this allowed for military forces living in the surrounding areas to become more threatening to the United States. This leads Franklin Delano Roosevelt to call for an international embargo or a prohibition of trade with Japan, with a focus on foreign oil supplies, with the hopes that this would slow Japan's aggressiveness down. However, that plan does not work. In return, in 1941, Japan attacks the Pearl Harbor and Hawaii in retaliation for the embargo.